What's up, nail geeks, and welcome to another Spamathon week. I have so much to show you guys, so I am recording, I think, 6 videos back to back to back on this Sunday. We're going to start off with Potion Polish. After swatching these, it made me realize just how incredible her formulas are. I knew that, but these are something else. Almost all of them, I probably maybe could have gotten away with one coat if I was a little more generous and had slightly shorter nails. But I was very, very impressed and blown away. And it's always such a pleasure working on her fall collections. So we have quite a few to check out, and it's a fantastic set to kick this amazing week off. I'm telling you, between this month's PPU, between the BCA box, between what I have to show you guys this week, it's incredible, amazing goodness. So let's all scream and shout. Let's have our wallets hide in fear, but we're going to accept this and we're going to move on and check out the pretties. So let's get started. And first up, we've got folk music and fall decorating. This is a burgundy jelly with lots of orange hollow micro pieces. Yes, pieces. And I noticed that whenever I was initially swatching this, that it's not quite glitters, it's little like holographic flecks. And I didn't have anything in terms of like sticking up or anything for like, if you're thinking shard, it's not like that. It's little shreds, I guess, but not holographic flakes. It's really interesting. Just pay attention to the video for what I'm talking about. It does leave you quite thirsty though, and a bit textured. So I'm going to strongly suggest a glitter smoothing top coat in addition to your glossy top coat. The sparkle payoff with this is amazing. As you can see on my full hand shot there, it's so twinkly in the large particle type sense. It's very, very pretty. And the base color just helps to amplify it because it's so vampy, rich, and really a perfect fall color. And next is Baked Pumpkin Stuff. This is a burnt orange leaning red jelly packed with gold hollow micro glitter. It does state in our PR information that this one is highly pigmented, so she suggests using a good base coat to prevent staining. I personally, on my dip layer, did not have staining with this. I was very surprised because, yes, working with this one, I can see how lush, rich, and pigmented that color is, and I didn't have any issues. But natural nails is a bit of a different ballgame, so just wanted to throw that out there. 2 coats is perfect for opacity on this. It builds up so lush, and this is a true, what I consider most cans of pumpkin to look like on the inside. And it's such a flattering color. A touch on the warm side, but still ridiculously pretty. And next is Oakmoss. This is a deep moss green jelly packed with gold hollow micro glitter. This one also states that it could possibly stain. Again, I didn't really have any staining with this one. There was the slightest bit of like the tiniest bit of a yellowish sort of cast, but after using some remover, it easily disappeared. So again, just take that with what you will. Now, I decided to take Oakmoss up to 3 coats because I have longer nails at this point. So I found that I wanted that extra plump looking thickness. So I did that. If you have shorter nails than myself, you're rocking nubbins, or you don't have an artificial layer on your nails, you might be able to get away with 2 normal to maybe light coats. It does dry down incredibly flat, so I would suggest a really lush plumping top coat. And next is Apple Pie Cider. This is a golden mustard base with red, orange, copper, large particle shimmer, and a sprinkle of scattered holographic. This is such an unusual color to me. I don't think I really have anything super close to this in my collection. And that's saying something. When I say that, I feel like it's kind of a bit of a unicorn. This is just an overall unusual color, and I mean that in the best way possible. Yes, it is 100,000% so incredibly warm undertoned, but I thought it popped well on me, like ridiculously well. It's just so unusual and interesting looking. I'm not going to call this a Pruggly because Prugglies are not my jam, but I loved it. It's just fascinating, and I can really see medium and deep skin tones. It's going to pop ridiculously well. This does dry down very flat, so I'm going to suggest 2 coats and a glossy top coat. And next is Harvest Festival. This is a soft maize yellow crelly with delicate gold flakes and small red hollow glitters. So if you are a fan of Potion, you know her Crellies are perfection, and Harvest Festival is no exception. I'm going to suggest 2, maybe 3 coats if you have really long claws. Otherwise, I think 2 coats is perfect. This is absolutely what I consider a true maize colored type of base color. It is on the warm side, but I think the little red flecks here kind of even everything out. And I still thought this one popped really well on me too. So definitely not one to shy away from if you're thinking this is one of those unusual yellowy sort of colors. I personally liked it. It does have quite a bit of thirstiness. So again, I would suggest a good glossy top coat and maybe a thin layer of glitter smoother. And next is Woodland Autumn. This is a medium teal Crelly base with gold flakes and red copper green gold large particle shimmer. Again, we have a perfect Crelly formula. Easy buildup going on here. I'm going to suggest 2 coats on Woodland as well, and you're good to go. This does have that delightful, don't want to call it squishy. It has more of a cream-like feel on those brush strokes, which is beautifully complemented by the paddle brush. So 2 coats, you're perfect. It does also dry down quite flat and a bit thirsty, so again, plumping glossy top coat. I mean, these are so packed full of goodies and opacity. So of course, across the board, you're going to need something a little bit thicker to seal these babies up. And next is Lavender Latte. This is a smoky purple jelly with gold copper shimmer and gold micro flash reflective glitter. So this one is also a really unusual one for me. The way the shimmer pops so well against that base color, it's just truly something you have to see in person. I do feel like this is one of those polishes that you really should be watching a video to see it in action. It's very lovely. Now I'm going to suggest 2 coats for full coverage. I think most across the board will be fine at 2 coats. You're going to use the texture from the first coat to adhere that second coat. Because it's a reflective glitter, most of you at this point know it's going to be quite gritty in how it dries down. So use that to your advantage and then finish with a nice coat of glitter smoother and a glossy top coat. And it's just so ridiculously sparkly. I think in any lighting situation, it's going to pop so well. And that copper shimmer, I'm serious. You can see it right there on my macro shot. It pops just like that in person. And finally, we have Mulberry Fizzy. This is a deep maroon jelly packed with gold hollow micro glitter and red shimmer. So we know Potion does purples just so perfect. And this is another one to add to your Potions perfect purple list. This is lovely. It's lush. It's cool toned and it pops so ridiculously well. It's a jelly, but it has a ton of just delicious opacity happening here too. I think 2 coats is perfect and finished with a good, thicker, glossy top coat. My full hand shot there gives you a really good idea of what I'm seeing in person. It's got so much inner glow. You'll obviously see it the most in very bright lights, but even in dimmed lighting, you'll see this lovely, lush shimmer. And I also worked on her Little Box of Horrors contributions for this month, so I figured I'd toss it into the video too if you wanted to see it. We have a returning shade in addition to a new shade. So the first one is the new one. This one is Dead-ish and is described as a smoky black with red, copper, orange, gold shifting shimmer and scattered hollow. This one's inspired by Dawn of the Dead from 2004. She does have a cap of 90 bottles and the price is $13 for this. So this is very easy to build up. Again, we have a wonderful plump thickness to it that applies more like a cream with a touch of a metallic feel based off of all the shimmer we've got here. I think 2 coats is perfect and a good glossy top coat to seal this one up. This is vampy perfection. And in any lighting situation, you're going to see that lovely, strong copper shimmer with the hollow effect popping in brighter sunlight. And then her returning shade is I Kill People I Like. This is a 2.0 version from the September 2022 American Horror Story box. This is a 2.0 version and she made it even more vampy to her notes. She describes it as a blackened red with large particle red shimmer. This one's inspired by Tate Langdon from Murder House. There's going to be a cap of 110 and a price of $13. So I will warn you guys, I did swatch this one, the first version last year, and it went ridiculously fast. So just wanted to caution if you're wanting to get your hands on 2.0. This has a wonderful, smooth, creamy formula, easy to build up. 2 coats and a good plumping glossy top coat is going to be perfect. And finally, we have the Will It Topper Check. This is where I use a black swatch sticks to demonstrate how polishes over the darkest color, because if they pop over the darkest color, they will more than likely layer up and be versatile in other uses. So off the bat, we know these are all deliciously opaque, so we may or may not get some surprises here. Woodland Autumn did disperse really nice in terms of its base color. Folk music and fall decorating looks really nice too. It gives it more of a vampier look, and those little holographic things are awesome. Lavender Latte looks fantastic. The copper shimmer took center stage, and the reflective glitters kind of dispersed enough to where it definitely has some topper capabilities. Apple Pie Cider is it's just a little too opaque, and that is not a bad thing at all. But I do think that there is a touch of versatility here, that it still looks really cool over black. Oakmoss takes on this lovely twinkling effect. It retains some of that olive green looking undertone there with the base. So I think there is some potential going on here. Harvest Festival is a Crelly, so I don't really think it's going to be the best in terms of toppers. I think the only more practical way to layer this one would be with a matching undie, which is not necessary. Baked Pumpkin Stuff is similar to Oakmoss. It still retained some of that delicious reddish pumpkin look, but it does look really cool and twinkly. Mulberry Fizzy, vamped out, very nice. This almost looks like its own polish in person. It's really pretty. I think there is some versatility with purples and other dark colors. Dead-ish looks very interesting. It's so shimmery and strong in person. I can definitely see this layering up really well over even like a dark gray. I Kill People I Like 2.0 looks fantastic. It obviously took on more of a straight reddish shimmer topper appearance. And then here is our emo shot here. Everyone's all nice and vamped out and dried down. So the autumn collection is going to drop this coming September 9th at 1 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to have the information broken down in the description box below, including Potion Polish's website if you want to check that out. She's usually amazing at having the website up for preview the week prior so that we can see what's going to potentially get restocked and all that good stuff. And I'll also link you guys to her Facebook fan group if you haven't joined that. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Stay tuned. I have so much more badassery to show you guys this week. Thank you so much for watching.